Hello, and welcome to the latest installment of Sunday Morning Samurai Movie Marathon. I've been absent the past 2 weeks, not because I've been gone or anything, but I haven't filmed one of these little conversations. Mainly due to the fact that 2 weeks ago I had no idea what I wanted to talk about, and last week I had too much to talk about. And I thought about doing a doubly long one, but YouTube won't really let me do that, so it doesn't really matter. So, the subject today is going to be the subject of reason, or more specifically, reasoned discourse. One of the things that I find rather frustrating in life, in general, isn't as much people who I disagree with, but more correctly, people who make arguments that I disagree with. Even if the points that they're making I tend to agree with. Actually, more often, I find myself frustrated when I come into contact with people who their point is as valid as could possibly be, but the means by which they go about arguing that point is so off base. The other day on the Colbert Report, Stephen Colbert had Robert, I think it's Greenwald, the guy who does all the anti-Walmart, anti-Fox News documentaries, on, and they were just, Robert Greenwald was, assuming I'm getting the name right, I can't really remember, but that's the name I'm going to use, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Robert Greenwald was sitting there saying how he researches things, and he yada yada yada, he's not making propaganda, and I'm sorry, he's making propaganda. I may agree with the propaganda he's making, but if you're using fear, intimidation, scare tactics, and the like to achieve your point, that's propaganda. People with brains don't need to do that. Michael Moore may have plenty of valid points, but Michael Moore isn't any different from Fox News. He's just the liberal equivalent of it. I may agree with everything he says, but the fact is, the way he says it is not a reasoned discourse. It's not contributing to reasoned discourse. At the end of the day, I would rather have I can have more respect for someone that I disagree with, but that treats me, the reader, or me, the viewer, or me, the listener, with respect and dignity by not going on, not using fear and intimidation that insult my intelligence and my humanity to achieve the point they're trying to achieve. I can have more respect for someone like a William F. Buckley than I could ever have for someone like a Michael Moore. Because at the end of the day, one is treating me like a child that needs to be lectured to, and the other is treating me like a reasonably intelligent adult who can agree to disagree. And there is a very big difference between the two.